I'm extremely pleased and proud and honored to work with this fantastic woman. You're a dynamo, and your smile, your cadence, your zest for this industry, your willingness to move mountains and fill in valleys to get here. You know, we all go through struggles, we all go through issues, and sometimes it happens right around event time. And you've got two choices. A, I go anyway, or B, I don't. And then what might happen? What trail might that take me down? Kind of dark and narrow and scary. So thank you for doing everything humanly possible to be here. Thank you so much for sharing why you chose Visante, how she got to gold. She's going to give you some amazing Natalie nuggets right now. Please take great notes. Just like Jim Britt said, you know, figure out what you're doing and what you might be able to tweak a little bit. And she's going to knock it out of the park. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Angie. And a one from the best. Thank you from the best. So I'm very happy to be here. And yeah, I'm one of those people that called Angie and was like, Angie, you know, I got this going on, that going on. And anyway, I'm here. So we made it, even through all the snowstorms and everything like that. And so I'm just very happy. So good to see everybody, all the new Visante executives, all the guests, and all the people that have been here before. And to just go ahead and get the show on the road. You know, my name is, Natalie Flowers Griffith, and I've just had about 20 years experience in network marketing. I'm really into networking in general. I love networking. We can actually network our way around the world, and not necessarily in network marketing, but just in anything we do, and it's just a fascinating thing. So we're just going to talk a little bit today about some basic tips that can help you, and I'm just fiddling with this thing trying to get it to work. So I just hit this like that.
Oh, towards the computer.
Oh, what? Oh, okay, I still have some blonde streaks.
Stand on the other side.
Stand on the screen? Okay. And then point to the computer.
Good.
Oh, okay.
So give it a real good push. Look at these muscles. You got a bum finger.
Yeah, that one? Okay, awesome. So why do we do networking? Because networking can take us anywhere in the world we want to go. It doesn't matter, again, if it's network marketing or if you want to take a trip around the world. I literally have a friend from South Africa that had just hardly no money in her pocket. She decided, she made up her mind, she made the decision she was going to do something, but she made a decision she was going to go out and travel and go to New Zealand. She traveled up to Europe, across the United States, and ended up in New Zealand with literally nothing but a couple of coins left because she networked her way across. She was able to go meet people and make her journey. And we do that through life. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're looking to, find, if you're moving to a new area and you want to go find a house or a good neighborhood, you're going to go talk to people and you're going to find out where the best areas are, where you want to send your kids, and that kind of thing. But when we think about networking, we just want to be sincere in building the relationships with people. We don't want to feel like we are trying to sell people things. We want to be genuine and go out and make friends. And that makes it fun and not intimidating for you or for anybody else. And it's just remember that it is about friendships. It is about relationships. And you want to be very genuine about it. And it doesn't matter, again, if you're doing it in person or if you're doing it through social media. You can use these techniques for everything. All right, so how many people love going out and cold calling? Really? Some people, like Mr. Winiger and like myself, will just go and talk to anybody, anywhere, anytime. I mean, I will go to a complete stranger and start a conversation. I'll be out in, the store shopping for clothes and, oh, I love your shoes. Where'd you get those shoes? Those are just cool things. And by the end of the, couple of minutes, I've got their phone number, their Facebook page, their, everything. So not everybody is cut out of that mold. So maybe you would say that cold calling is a little difficult for you, or just talking to strangers. Really? How many people would say you struggle with that a little bit? You just won't really? Okay, well this is good for you then. This is really good because what you want to do, you can't really go out and build a house of brick. You just can't take all the bricks and start with a big pile and just dig into the middle and grab them. You got to start on the outside. You got to start with the ones that are closest to you and start building a house brick by brick by brick. And the way you want to do that is obviously you want to start with the people that are more familiar to you, and that would be the people closest to you in your life. And again, whether it's Asante Organics or networking in general, the best thing to do is just reach out to those people and start talking to them, rekindle that relationship. If you haven't been in contact with them for years and years and years, then just reach out to them and see how they're doing, and tell them what you're doing. And like Mr. Britt told you earlier, try not to talk about Asante Organics the first time unless they ask what you're doing. You don't have to do that. You just want to build that relationship. That makes it a lot easier for you and more comfortable, and sooner or later they're going to ask. Okay, so you guys don't like to cold call a lot. Does anybody ever say, apologize for talking to people? Come on, really? Okay, well, you don't want to apologize to people because you want to look professional, you want to be professional. So you want to practice these techniques. So when you start with people that are closest to you, you probably won't apologize to them. So you don't want to apologize to people that are new in your life as well. So never apologize when you're talking to people. Don't feel like you're imposing on them. Make it genuine. And the reason you start with the people closest to you is because as you start extending your network, then you will feel more comfortable. You'll have more practice by the time you get to people that you don't know, that you're meeting for the first time. And people are naturally meant to be social. So, how many people are on Facebook? Okay, so we can even do it online now. Matter of fact, early on in Asante Organics, I was able to build a lot of my business online because I was at home with my kids and everything, so I started networking online. And guess what? You network online the same way you network offline, and it all starts with talking to that person, hey, how you doing? What's your name? What do you do? What do you do when you're not doing your current business and that kind of thing. And again, never ever try to sell them on your business the very first time you talk to them. And if you talk to them long enough, they will ask you what you do. So just people are social. You want to get involved in these groups. And then people come to me and they're like, Natalie, I can't do it like you do. I can't talk to people like you do. I can't stand in front of the room and talk to a group like you do. So I just can't do this. But that's not important because every person's unique and you want to be your own unique self. Each person in this room could get up here and give this presentation. You're not going to do it like I am. You're going to do it like you do it. And people want to know you and they want to know the genuine you. So just be yourself and be original. All right, so when you're networking, what do you want to do? You want to go out. You don't necessarily have to go to network marketing events. How many people go to network marketing events? Like not many, right? What do you like to do? Do you have hobbies? People have a hobby. Yeah. Okay. If you're into canoeing, you could go to a canoeing event. You just want to make friends. People say even some of our guest speakers have said in the past, a millionaire in network marketing has 1 million friends, and you just want to go out and make those friends. And that's what's important. So get out and join other organizations that you're interested in. When you join, the bird watching club or whatever it is that you like to do, you'll find it easier to talk to people and make friends because you have something in common with them. And they're looking for opportunity too. They're looking for ways to be healthy and they're looking for ways to make money. And it'll be easier for you to strike up a conversation with them and to get them in your network. And don't be afraid to ask for introductions to other people, right? So you're talking to somebody and they're like, my cousin owns this business and, he's a car dealer. And you're like, what, I'm looking at a car. Can you introduce me to your cousin? And I'm sure they'd be happy to. So don't be afraid when they mention something, you're conversing with people to connect to another person. Or if you're at one of these networking events and there's somebody across the room and they know that person, just ask them to introduce you to them. They'll be happy to do it because we are social creatures. And then generosity is always important. You want to be generous. You want to, compliment somebody. I love that scarf you're wearing. I love that, shoes you're wearing, and that kind of thing. That's you can always find the good in somebody all the time. You know, there's always something good about everybody. Find the beauty and compliment that person. That is also a very good icebreaker when you're, you know, meeting somebody new to strike up the conversation. And you can just take it on from there. People love to talk about, you know, something that you compliment them on as well. And then, of course, once you start in talking to people, be prepared for what some of their questions may be. You're going to kind of have your own 1-minute story ready, your elevator speech, and that kind of thing. When the time comes and they do ask you that question, be ready for that, and be ready with some of the opposing, you know, negativity or whatever. Just be prepared with your answers. And then, of course, we want to get their contact information, stay in touch with these people, right? So regardless whether or not we told them that we have the greatest green products in the world, you know, we want to make sure that we've just made some friends and that we stay in touch with them. So that's why I say the follow-up's very important. With social media, it's very easy. We can all stay connected all the time. And, you know, maybe that's a good approach for you. If you're not on social media, make sure you get their telephone number, email, and just stay in touch with that person. And if you talk to them in the room, you know, or if you're meeting them somewhere and you're connecting with them and they ask you, you know, about a particular thing, like your cousin who's a car dealer, and you tell them you're going to email them his address so they can consult with him about buying a car, make sure you do that. That'll give you credibility. So you can always, you know, kind of leave the person hanging with, say, I'm going to email you something, or I'm going to send you something, and then you do that. And then they build trust with you as well. And basically, you know, Mr. Britt touched on this a lot, just don't be afraid, you know, face your fear and just do it. All right, so we're going to go even further real quickly and talk about building relationships kind of on a microscopic level. How do you do that? Mr. Britt touched on it earlier. We're talking a little bit now about the networking. And so it's really simple. Let me see you smile. Y'all look beautiful. You look a lot more friendlier, and I'd love to go up to each and every one of you and talk to you right now because you're smiling. You look, you know, more, you know, approachable. And real briefly, you want to ask questions because people love to talk about themselves and listen. And you want to just let them go on and on until they ask you about what you do, and make sure you remember their name. That's pretty much Natalie's nuggets in a nutshell.
Nice.